Welcome to Sippin' Saturday. Today is, of course, Saturday. It is sponsored by Ferguson, and we teamed up with them because of everything they do for plumbers in the plumbing industry. If you've never been here before, you might want to hang around and check it out. We are live. If you're here and it's your first time, you're looking for something else, you know what? Go over to the YouTube channel, check it out, see what you're looking for. But it's not just me here. Number one, a great guest today. I'll introduce him later. But number two, I've got some amazing people in this community. Jump in here, ask a question, and we will make this whole thing happen. So, welcome to the show. I'm going to jump into the comments real quick. Happy Saturday, everybody. How are y'all doing? Man, last week was what, Memorial Day weekend, so it's been kind of a short week. I hope everybody's doing wonderful. And yes, we are not naked today, I promise. Well, at least from the waist up. Working to the bone. Good to see you in here as always. Kel L, what is happening? Says, hi, everyone. Celebrating my birthday. Are you doing any giveaways today? We're not today. We're doing a giveaway next week. If y'all remember, we did a video where we went shopping, spent $400 on a tool bag. Anybody looking to win a free tool bag, and jump in here next week because we're going to give that one away. So happy birthday to you, Kel L. Good to see you. I hope things are going great. And you are welcome. Mr. Sean Strong says, happy Saturday, crew. Got me for a little under an hour. Then he's going to pick up the kids. Good for him. And he's got it there. Check out the Discord group and check out the subreddit. So great to see him in here. Now, that's a unique name, Sexual Lobster. Hey, Roger, starting as an apprentice plumber this Monday. Any tips? Well, first of all, yes. I would tell you to, man, go through the videos here. Go through this channel, look at the videos where it's talking about starting out, learning new things that you should do. And as you see, sponsored by Ferguson today. But as you see, the videos that talk about getting started, man, go through and learn those. The best tips are listen. Listen to the people you work with. These are tradesmen. These are journeymen. These are people that have gone through what you're going through, and hopefully they're going to teach you the best way to do stuff. So, man, that's the best advice I can give you. Cameron Bouchard says, what's the number one quality you're looking for hiring an experienced plumber? Man, great question. Number one, I want a team player. I want somebody that is going to come in, be part of the team. They're not just all about them. They're about everybody. They're about helping everybody do things right. And to me, it does not get any better than that. A positive attitude, a willingness to learn, that mindset of, let's get in here and get things done, and let's get in here and get things done together. Sean Strong, there you go, says, happy birthday, Kel. How you doing? Garrett Tanner says, shout out from Montana. You rock, dude. I love that. Thank you, Garrett. Good to see you. Let me see, man. We're gonna have fun today too. We are going outside. We're gonna open up the safe. This is Sipping Saturday. So we're gonna open up the safe. We're gonna drink a little tequila today because that is what my guest prefers. I might need Colton in here to fix my banners. I think that we've got them wrong, but I want to make sure that we get the right ones up there. That way, everything works like it should. Kello, you're good. Look there. Henry Wakefield says, good morning, crew. Squirt is in the house. Great having him here today. It's nice to have Randy down here. It's nice to have Colton here. It's nice. Brent came in this morning to help with the podcast. So many different things that we're all working and all doing. So, man, it's nice. Sean Strong says, happy Saturday. We're looking forward to shaking your hand soon. That's right. We will have him in. Yeah, it's not the right one. So great to have everybody in here. But yes, Sean Strong will be here next week, and we will be cooking out on the grill with him. So it should be a great day. Yeah, Sean says he just wants to eat meat. Uh, man, what we do that all the time. So the cool thing is what we're working camera's moving, kinda like that. Uh, what we're working on is how do we do things better? So here's what we're doing. You've gotta separate yourself from everybody else. And I learned this from rebranding, right? And not just really rebranding, but building a brand. You've got to separate yourself as a tradesman. And we were talking about this on the podcast earlier today, but getting in here and understanding so many different ways to differentiate yourself is huge. And when you can do that, it's so big. When I got into the union, everybody looked down upon me. Everybody said it was like, "Look, you came from open shop. You don't know what you're talking about. Boom, boom, boom." Well, here's the thing. I made it my goal to outperform them every day. So I want you to think about how can you separate yourself? And I think you can do it by always over delivering. You come in each and every day and say, "Look, I'm gonna give them 8 hours work for 8 hours pay." Now, a lot of people talk about that. A lot of people say that, but to get in and actually do it each and every day, that will separate you from everybody else because most other people aren't trying to be the best. They're not trying to give their all. So, somebody asked about earlier about starting out sexual lobster. Says, "Hey, I'm starting out. Do you want to start out and be amazing? Give your best every day. Each and every day you're there, figure out how can you give your best? How can you go above and beyond? And how can you outperform other people?" Another happy birthday there. We will have Sean covered, that is for sure. All right. Cameron Bouchard says, when training totally inexperienced helpers, how do you introduce new concepts so that they produce quality work that's up to your company standards? Cameron, I like this because one thing that used to make me a good journeyman and a good foreman out in the field, I would take an apprentice and teach him how to do something perfect to where he could do it. He knew how to set anchors. He knew how to drill holes. Whatever it was I had him doing, he knew how to do it. Uh, installing hangers. There's a million different things. But whatever he was doing, I made sure he understood why he was doing it, why it was important, and how to do it the right way, how to do it my way. Because if you're working on my crew, my way is the right way because I want it done perfect each and every time. And spacing has to be right. How do you pop a string? How do you lay it out? How do you mark it? And get everything done so that it is phenomenal. Matt McDonough in the house. Mr. Miyagi of Plumbing, what's up, brother? Sorry I've been so busy. Haven't been able to see you. And it's good to see you when you do jump in. Uh, and look, you jump in quite a lot, so it's a good thing. It's always good seeing you in here. Carl L says, "Thanks, Henry and Sean." Absolutely. Happy birthday to Kel. Good to see you in here. Kenneth Butler says, "Have you heard of helmet to hard hat?" Absolutely. Uh, I like this. Look, I tell everybody that transitioning from the military to the trades is an amazing opportunity. Most military people are very disciplined. They're gonna show up on time. They're gonna do the right thing. They are going to do the things you're asked of them. But here's the thing too, they wanna learn because they want to do it the best. So, Kenneth, I love it. I think that more people should get in to the trade coming out of the military. The reason being, these people can be the next entrepreneur. Meaning, a lot of military people, they wanna be by themselves. They wanna work with themselves. They don't wanna move into the trades and be, 5th down on the totem pole or something. Now, you can work and move up, but my thought is learn everything you can learn about getting out and opening your own company. You're probably gonna set things up right, do things right, and you're gonna have systems and processes because you understand the value of systems and processes. And when you come into the trades with that mindset, that's gonna separate you from everybody else. You're gonna move up faster, you're gonna learn more, and you're gonna do better things. House Drunks is almost 40 people watching so far, but less than 10 thumbs up. Man, see, I don't even the way I've got everything set up, I don't even get to see my thumbs up. So, if you like what you see, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up down there on YouTube. If you don't like what you're doing and you feel like you need to hit the thumbs down, just hit it twice. That's all I ask. So, it's kinda the way it works. Alright, why did it not go live? Let me see what's going on here. Alright. Sorry, see, I got distracted. Squirrel. Alright. Well, I don't know what I did, but ooh, that ain't it. Let me just go to the home page. I'm gonna pull it back up here in a minute, guys. Uh, see, I'm trying to multitask and it doesn't always work. There we go. All right, trying to get my live stream back up, my live chat back up. So that is looking good. Working to the bone. So it says what people? Well, there's about 40. Well, at least from what I'm looking at. Actually, more than that if you put all of them together. I know. What people? Working to the bone. What's up, people? There you go. Hit those thumbs up. Love to see that. Thank you. Uh, Matthew McDonough says, "Happy birthday to Kel." Uh, come back. So, y'all tell me this. Those of y'all that are in here, what do you do to separate yourself? When you work for a company, and I know that we've got some tradesmen in here, but I mean, it doesn't have to be just tradesmen. No matter what you do, what career you have, what profession you're in, what do you do to separate yourself? Because the kind of things that I did when I got into the union, I literally came in with the mindset because when I first came in, the way they talked, it's like, "Look, you're a rat. You don't know anything about plumbing." And it was just like, "Guys, yeah, hold my beer and watch this stuff." It's not the way we say it in Texas, but it's the way you say it when you're live on YouTube. But the big thing about it is I made it my goal to outperform them. I wanted to work harder each and every day than anybody else and everybody else on the floor or in the building that I was in, whatever the case may be. So stuff like that's big. What do you do? If you're in here, what do you do each and every day to separate yourself as a tradesperson? If you're a company owner, what do you do to separate your company from everybody else's? If you're a foreman or a superintendent, how did you separate yourself to get to that position? A lot of people in the trades wanna move up, but they don't understand that they've got that ability. They need to learn management. They need to learn leadership, personalities, communication. They need to learn the things that they can do to separate themselves as a tradesman. Good to see you as always. See, everybody's here for Kel. I love that. BC says plumbing isn't for everyone. You've got to love it, have passion, or else you're going to be miserable. I got to tell you, I'm not going to disagree with you, but I think that if you look at it, and I've talked to Sean about this before. When I got in the trades, I got in to become a plumber. I did not know that there was service in residential. There was service in new construction, residential and commercial. There was union and non-union. It was industrial. I didn't realize how many different aspects of plumbing there was. It's not just plumbing. Plumbing, electrical, HVAC, you've got all those same opportunities. I think if you get into the right position, and that's why in my GET course, I literally, and let me click on this one here. When I get people into the GET course, and even on my YouTube channel, the basics, I ask them to figure out, do you wanna be commercial or residential? Do you wanna do service or new construction? Do you want to be union or non-union? And do you understand enough about it to make those decisions? I think that is huge. And starting out with that makes all the difference in the world. So, I'm gonna say you're right. You do have to love it and have a passion for it, or you're gonna be miserable. But I also think that if you get into the right spot, you've got a better opportunity doing it. Kelly Frazier says, "Seems like the union, you don't know what you're talking about, happens a lot." Seems like in the union, you don't know what you're talking about, happens a lot. Well, I was in the union for 24 years, so when it comes to talking about the union, I definitely understand it. Uh, I'm not sure what you mean by that, but yeah, with 24 years experience, I know quite a bit about it. Ricardo Granados says, "Hello and good morning. How are you, sir?" Cody Ackles says, "Yep, 70-hour weeks and on-call weeks aren't for everybody." And guys, I'll tell you stuff about that. When you're working those 70 hours a week, bank as much money as you can. Put up as much as you can, because there may be weeks where there's 20 or 30 hours because the phones aren't ringing or weather's bad or something like that. So there's a lot of different things that you can do to help prepare for it. They're not gonna be 70-hour weeks and on-call weeks forever. When I started my residential service company, we didn't even do on-call. If calls came in late at night or on the weekend, I ran those myself as the company owner. So there's a link to the Discord and a link to the subreddit. The White Noise, welcome back in the house. His plumbing brothers from Texas here, also musicians. Been following you for years. Thanks for good to see you. I hope you're doing good. What part of Texas are you in? Yeah, everybody, tell me where you're at, where you're from, and what's going on. What kind of projects are y'all working on? And how do you separate yourself as a tradesman? BYOT in the house. Love the trade. See you soon. So this is who we've got in the live stream. You'll get to get out there and meet Brent from BYOT here in just a few minutes. Architectural sheet metal in the house. What is going on? How are you, brother? Good to see you as always. Sean Strong says last week, Lord Billy. Yes, he did. He won some Mullen swag and he shared a picture with us in the Discord. Man, they gave out look, it was the leak detector, so you put it behind a toilet, on a water heater pan, in a under a kitchen sink. Wherever you think you may have a leak, you check your phone, check the app, and actually the app, if you set it, will notify you that you've got a leak, and that was great with Mullen, it was fantastic. It was funny. Well, yeah, we weren't here last week, so it was 2 weeks ago. That one was sponsored by Ferguson, and this one is too, so it's we get to do a lot with them. It makes it wonderful. Architectural Sheet Metal says being the guy with the YouTube channel helps you stand out. You know what? Man, isn't that the truth? Uh, and I love it because I've got to speak at roofing conferences. I've got to speak at social media conferences. I've got to speak at trades conferences. I've got to speak in booths. I've been on main stages. I have done so many different things, and I gotta tell you, I love it. It is phenomenal. And you're right. When you've got YouTube channel, you do stand out. Architectural sheet metal is not drinking or doing drugs. Well, I'm halfway there because this is sipping Saturday, so I am gonna have a little bit of tequila here in a little bit. Matter of fact, my ice maker's running it. Right before I got ready to go live, it dropped a load of ice and I jumped. Wait, what is that? So pretty funny. Kenneth Butler says, what's better, plumber or steam fitter? I think if you're up where there are steam fitters, you're gonna learn a little bit of both. I like being a plumber in Texas instead of a pipe fitter because I wanted to start my own company one day. At least that thought was always in the back of my mind. There's not a lot of pipe fitters that just get out and start their own company. So, you know, do what you think's gonna be best for you, and man, it'll help you get where you wanna be. So, I love that part. It really it does. It makes it do some research. Find out what you think you would enjoy more. My son wanted to be a pipe fitter. He liked working with the bigger pipe. He liked welding. He liked stuff like that. if you like thread and pipe and welding and pipe fitting and stuff like that, man, steam fitting may be the way to go. Sean Strong says plumbing is such a large umbrella. The scope of work you can do is enormous. That is true. Chris Bullitt says commission on or opinion on commission-based plumbing. If I'm a plumber working, I want it, even if it's not 100% commission. If it's cost plus, if it's performance based, whatever it is, I want to be put in a position where I can control how much money I make. If it's T&M and you just pay me hourly, well, if I can only work 8 or 10 hours a day, that's all I can ever make. If I can work performance based, where I can my efficiency increases my percentage, and I'd rather do that all day long. Matt McDonald says outperform with knowledge and respect of skills. The humbling experience of your work is a blessing of growth. That's such a good way put, too. I love that. You can outperform by being smarter. You can outperform by having better skill sets. You can outperform by performing where it doesn't have to come back and be worked on, repaired, altered, or anything like that. So there's great opportunity there. Justice for All, how are you doing? Good to see you. Sean Strong says current project killing the weeds in the yard. There you go. You got to do that before you plant the grass. Plant the grass. BYOT, love your content, my friend. Motivating for a smaller build channel like mine. Guys, this is great. We do. We get to get in here and have fun and invite amazing people in. So it is wonderful. I said, sorry, Roger, typed that wrong. Seems like the union is a political pain in the butt anymore. And Kelly, it can be. That's probably part of why I'm not in the union. I didn't play the political games. But, look, there's benefits to the union. They have a great education system. If you want to be a commercial plumber, there's probably no better way to get in because they've got instructors that some of them aren't just there for the check. Some of them are actually there to teach you. But getting in and learning and growing can be amazing. And I just want y'all to know we will be headed out to the shop here in just a moment. We are actually going to get out there for our group, get out there and talk to Brent about the trades, getting started in the trade, how good tradesmen are, just all kinds of fun stuff. Scrub and Bubbles says, my company has more office than field. We're out here making money. There's a ratio. And my best friend taught me this before I ever got into plumbing. He said, Roger, for every one person in the office, you need 3 people in the field to make profit. So Scrub and Bubbles, you say you've got more office than field, that scares me. But if you're in growth mode and they're working on marketing or something like that can be understandable. Sean says depends on what you mean by better. Man, I always try to be the best. How much better is that? BD Joe 093, how are you doing? Kenneth Butler says, I'm just starting in the trades. Good for you. Sean Strong says, drinking or drugs, maybe next week. We shoot for 2 out of 2. Just kidding. Don't do drugs. Yes. And see, I don't do drugs. And I'll tell you what, I don't. It's not good to have people on the job that do. So you got to keep your eyes open and be careful. But yeah, we're not doing drugs. We may have a drink next week. Justice for All says, Roger, what do you think about adding a septic pumping business to an existing plumbing company? And if they're popular in your area, it can be a great business. I know people that run pump trucks and make bank. So it can be a really, really good business. Yeah, sounds a funny man. Chris Shreve, welcome to the big show. How you doing, man? Good to see you in here. Says, good morning, everyone. No work today after a long week. Good for you. Are y'all ready? Okay. They're getting me set up. I am getting ready to transition. Talked about that earlier. From in here out to the shop. I'm gonna get out there and fire up the grill. I know it's ready. We are cooking out today. I'm gonna get out there and introduce y'all to Brent. Let him talk a little bit about what he does, introduce himself to those of y'all that don't know him. I will tell y'all this. Look, like architectural sheet metal, architectural sheet metal, Sean Strong, BYOT. Guys, if you're not checking out these channels and subscribing to them, you should be. Paul Peck. Yep, making us. We're cooking like a big dog. Paul Peck, Drywall 2. There's so many different channels that are out there that can help you learn and grow. And I'm telling you, check them out. Alejandro Davis, Davia, sorry about that, says at work right now. Well, good for you. I'm glad you are. As you can tell, I am too. Alejandro, what do you do? What kind of work are you doing? I see a hammer, so I'm assuming a carpenter or something like that. All right, guys, I am fixing to head out to the shop. I am going to turn on the shop entry camera. Yep, that's exactly where I've headed. All right, so I will see y'all here in a moment. And as soon as we get out, y'all turn the mic on. All right, you ready? Here we go. Oh, Randy, hand me my tea. My Yeti. Thank you, sir. All right, so the transition today wasn't quite as smooth as normal, but here we are. How is everybody doing today? Those of y'all that don't know Brent, BYOT, I started throwing it all together. Bring your own tools, BYO tools, not BYO anything else. But what we're doing today is, man, I'm going to go out and fire up the grill. I'm going to open up the safe. I'm going to pull out a bottle of tequila. Randy will bring us out some ice. It's Sipping Saturday. And today's version is sponsored by Ferguson. We team up with Ferguson because of everything they do for plumbers, plumbing companies, and the communities that we're in. So, Brent, welcome to Dallas, Texas, man.
Thanks for having me.
Has it been a fun day so far?
Loved it.
Pretty cool.
You have an amazing shop here. I'm so excited.
You're scared to death of cameras, I can tell.
Oh, so terrified.
Okay, maybe not. So tell everybody about you, about BYOT, and stuff like that. I'm gonna run out here and light up the grill. Ready to cook? All right. Introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, Brent here with BYOT. Thanks for having me, Roger. And if you don't know my channel, it's all DIY home improvement tutorial based. And my background's all trades, all construction. I have a wealth of knowledge because I was a laborer. I went to school for construction management, so I worked for GCs, subcontractors. I went overseas to facilitate large-scale condominiums and apartment complexes, so I know the sourcing opportunities. But as you know, I bought a house back in 2010 and needed everything. It was an ugly duckling, so I gutted it. Got every single piece of plumbing, of course, beautiful galvanized. Gotta love that.
Oh yeah.
So I got it all plumbing, the kitchen, the bathroom, the deck, everything. And I started using YouTube because I had a construction background, but I didn't know how to actually remodel an entire house myself. So I found this incredible wealth of knowledge through YouTube. I just fell in love with it. Personally, me, I'm dyslexic, so I found this amazing learning tool opportunity to learn how to learn in a way that I love. And of course, I couldn't find a video on a specific subject. And all of a sudden I said to my girlfriend at the time, now wife, I think we should do a YouTube video to help someone else out. And that's the one that got the ball rolling, and away we went.
That's pretty cool. So what are your YouTube videos about now? What's the last 2 or 3 videos you shot?
So recently I did a concrete patio. I did a pergola. We're in the midst of going to be posting our next video, which is going to be a deck patio, super nice framework, low profile deck patio with TimberTech decking. And there's an array of different types of tutorials. I'm very tutorial based because I love teaching others how to build and learn the process of building and creating. So that's why I personally just YouTube, because it's such an amazing learning tool.
Okay, now you said TimberTech, so you've got sponsors for your channel.
Yep, plenty of
that you work
sponsors.
with. Yeah,
Yep.
it makes it great. Makes it where we can do the things we do.
Yep. They actually aren't the sponsor of that video, but I do have a sponsor for that project,
That's
which
cool.
is Build Tough. They're like a super low profile deck footing, so you don't have to actually pour concrete for your footings.
Oh, very interesting. Sounds pretty cool. I'm getting ready to build decks and all kinds of stuff out there and on the land I just bought. So, what got you into the trades? What made you think getting into the trades would be a good career choice?
Personally, for me, I just loved always physically working with my hands. At a young age, I was always that kid for hours on end, could build with Legos in my bedroom, always wanting to build and create. And as I got older, I just fell in love with actually being on a job site, on construction, working hard every single day and creating something that not everyone else out there can build and create. And that aspect and that wealth of knowledge of not only being able to build, but also realizing that I can learn how to do something if I haven't done it already.
That's good. Check your plugs real quick. Just make sure everything's plugged in good. Somebody says your audio's
Bouncing.
glitchy, choppy, stuff like that.
Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, and we'll see if that gets any better.
Check 1, 2.
So, the neat thing is, and we talked earlier about this for a video that will be coming out, but it's, tradespeople being mechanically inclined and able to do different things. Me, I work on cars, tractors. I mean, you name it. This studio, I built this studio. I built the other studio. Randy came out and hung up all the Unistrut for the lighting. We had boom mics out here earlier for the video, and there's a lot of different things that, man, we're just not afraid to do anything. And buying this 10 acres, there's a ton of work that needs to be done and a lot of things that we're wanting to build. And I'm literally like, nothing scares me. And I think it's because I built some of the biggest buildings in Dallas, some of the biggest hospitals, one of the biggest water parks in Texas. I just don't think there's anything that I'm afraid of. It's like, I'll look at it, oh yeah, we can do that. And I looked at this land the same way. And, I want to build decks. I want to build buildings. I want to redo barns. I want to do a bunch of stuff. And never once have I thought, man, I don't think I can do this. What gave you the mindset to say, look, I can build anything? Because I've watched your videos and your deck, and not just, and it's not just a normal slab. You do neat stuff, and it takes somebody with the mindset to say, hey, look, I'm not afraid to try anything because I'm looking at everything I'm building out there. I want to build some concrete cabinets or countertops, and I'm like, I can watch a video and do that.
Mm-hmm.
What gives you that mindset to like, look, I can do it all?
After being in the trades for so long, you realize that to be a true tradesman, you really have to have this problem-solving gene.
Mm-hmm.
And you have that mindset of not only being able to build anything, but always being able to figure out a problem. Because no matter what job site it is, you're always going to run into an issue. Whether it's your fault or someone else's fault, there's going to be an issue that comes down the road. And it's more about how to overcome it in a positive manner versus freaking out and thinking the world's going to end.
Number one, the world is going to end one day, but hopefully it's not today. And even if it does, don't freak out about it because there ain't nothing you can do about it. But I like that, and you talked too about like removing 800 pounds of moss from a lady's driveway.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're in Dallas. There's no moss growing on the driveways here.
Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. So the world's a little bit different up there. What made you take on a task like that? Because that's not really construction. It's not really trades, you wouldn't think. But that was a lady that needed something done.
Yeah. With the content creation realm, it not only gave me the opportunity to do what I love for a living because I love helping others learn how to build, but it also gave me the opportunity of doing something for someone else for free. And this was, the first of the year a couple of years ago, and I knew my neighbor was elderly and couldn't do it herself. And not only was it an eyesore for everyone around her, but just something that I wanted to be prideful of the fact that taking care of people that can't take care of themselves. And so it was a really nice opportunity to not only do something very nice for an elderly woman, but also be able to create content from it. And not thinking that it would blow up or do amazingly well, but hopefully it does. And like all of our videos, I posted it, did quite well on YouTube. It had a few 100,000 views, but I also reposted it on Facebook and millions and millions of views because everyone just loves the process of cleaning, supposedly. And it resonates with people because they see that amazing transformation, but the amazing story behind it.
And you talked too about a landscape guy. Don't remember the name of the channel. Don't remember if you do. But this guy literally goes around looking for the ugliest yard in town.
Yep.
And turns it into a project.
Yeah, he literally. I apologize for the fact that I don't know the channel off the top of my head, but he literally goes around, films himself going up to the homeowner and talks about, can I fix up your yard for free? He's literally offered someone to pay him to clean his yard because that individual didn't want him to. And inevitably he got to clean it. And not only was something that resonates with people because they love seeing someone do something extremely nice for someone, but that satisfying aspect of the transformation, but also the fact that he has a landscaping business, he's in the trades, but yet who knows if he even has his landscaping business even more anymore, because he could be just looking for houses.
Driving around looking for the worst job in the world.
Yeah, and because that's where he's making his revenue now, because he's making way more money doing that than doing landscaping business house to house.
I wish that I'd have been doing social media back whenever I did like the water park. I did the plumbing on Great Wolf Lodge here in the Dallas area. And I mean, it's a 270,000 square foot indoor water park. But there was another water park outdoor, but just the inside part, 270,000 square feet. And it's like, okay, this was really cool. And to get to do stuff like that, it is phenomenal. And then again, I've gone into houses that literally look like it was a crack house or something. There's open or pipe slung down below the ceilings and through doorways and laying on the floor in places and stuff like that. And then it turned out it was a plumber that lived there. And I'm like, dude. But anyway, it's neat to be able to get out and do cool stuff and video and make a living at it. But tradespeople, to me, I think every tradesperson out there should be carrying a tripod, a GoPro, even if it's a little one, a little bitty one, a tripod, a GoPro, a camera, set it up, video your work all the time, and put it out there and let people know what you do. Number one, if you're looking for a job later, or even if you're not looking for a job, I may see your video and say, man, I want that guy to work for me. I love his work. But also when you start your own company one day, now you've got all this old footage and people are going to message you saying, dude, I need that done here. I need that done here. What do you think about using social media as a trades person and as a trades company? And I'm going to go check the grill real quick.
As a general person, you just don't know how valuable your content is until you really start utilizing it. And just setting up a camera on a job site and filming the process, even if it's in a time-lapse fashion, not only can it present an opportunity down the road construction-wise or labor-wise, but it also a massive revenue stream down the road as a content creation room. And I look back before I was a content creator and realized, man, if I just set up a camera in my kitchen while I was doing my first kitchen remodel project, who knows how many views that video would have gotten. But because I didn't, and it was years down the road before I started filming, I really lost out on a lot of time there. But no matter what, and no matter what stage of life you're in, you can do content creation and it can really drastically improve not only your business, but your lifestyle, because I truly love what I do for a living as a content creator, because not only do I get to physically build, but I get to help others learn how to build.
Talk about helping others, because whenever I started my YouTube channel, I started it teaching homeowners how to fix their own plumbing. And I always thought, man, that is just a great thing to do. I'll tell you what, let me open this door because I want to people that may
show
not
off a
know,
little
and be careful what you grab in there. Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's nice to have this and
Show it
yeah.
off.
But we came out and looked earlier, and he says, I like tequila, and I'm like, okay, we've got some good tequilas. So today I am also opening up Ca- Cas- Cascajin.
There we go.
Cascajin.
There we go.
I'm opening up because it's extra añejo, and I love that. So, and it's made in Mexico. This is straight up legit tequila.
Mm-hmm.
Man, do you like ice with yours?
Yes, please.
Go ahead and grab some ice right there on top. Perfect. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna grab that section right there. Maybe one more.
When was your first video, Roger?
I made my first video 5 years ago. Actually, May, June. 5 years and 2 months ago. I walked into a conference 5 years and 3 months ago and found out what social media was. Because I literally went to this conference to make my phone ring for my plumbing company. And at the time, I'm thinking social media is Facebook. That's all it was. And I'm walking down a corridor in San Diego, and I see a placard and it says, "Get in front of your customers using video." I thought, man, we could do that. And I walk in this room, I sit right in front of the speaker, and one of the first things he says when he walked out was, "YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world." And I thought he was stupid. I literally shut my notebook, turn around to get up and walk up, and there are people standing all in the back of the room because the room's packed. And I thought, okay, he must know something. So I turn back around in here and say, and it's owned by Google, the largest search engine in the world. And I immediately thought, well, if we're spending all this money on Google, why aren't we doing anything on YouTube? In the next 45 minutes, I took 3 pages worth of notes. On the way home on the plane, I came up with a plan between that day, Saturday and Sunday, because I had to come home early. 1 month later, we started putting up 3 videos a week every week.
I love it.
It's been crazy. So,
Cheers.
Tequila. Looking forward to it.
Ooh, I like that.
I do buy good tequilas and bourbons. That is for sure.
That's perfect.
Cascajin.
Yeah, because the content you're creating as a trades individual, even if don't think about the fact that you're going to be helping your business, don't think about the fact that you could be a content creator, but also think about the fact that who knows who's watching that video and is now gets interested in the trades because of your video.
Huge.
And it's so important to have more interest in the trades because we know how much of a deficit we have and how valuable our knowledge is because our phone doesn't stop ringing.
And there's a million unfilled trades jobs across the United States right now. So we know we need people in the trades. And I mean, a million. That's a lot. Anybody can get in the trades now and have a good career. The funny thing is, Randy and I went out to LA probably 3 months ago now, went out for the PHCC West conference flow, and went into this conference, and we carried a bag of the wristbands and stickers and magnets and keychains and all that. And literally within the first 100 feet, we probably shook 50 hands, took 50 pictures, gave away 50 things. It took us an hour to go 100 feet, but it was so cool. And people come up and say, "You're the reason I got into the trades," or "You're the reason I'm a plumber now." And you know, it's funny because I don't think I've done this long. And people come up, look, I didn't even know what the idea of being a plumber was, but I started watching you, now I'm a plumber. And it's like, man, that is so cool. And they're like, you changed my life. So it is. We're in a great position, and putting that content out there may help somebody that you know that's watching you and think, you know, I want to grow up and be like my brother, Eric G. Eric G, we were talking about you yesterday, man. Just going to let you know. 2 good people in one place. See, it's tequila. That's what does it.
Brings us together.
I'm going to tell you, tequila and bourbon will bring anybody together.
We're talking about Eric G.
We were, absolutely. Okay, so we still got audio problems, it looks like. Guys, do we need to bring another microphone out here?
Yeah,
Just
sorry.
asking.
Do I need to kind of reposition?
Architectural Sheet Metal says, will Brent be answering questions? If my guys pop up questions that Brent wants to answer, yeah, I mean, I'll slide this over so he can see it just like I can. So the answer is yes, that's right. They'll control it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Y'all give Brent a question. I'm going to go out and there you go. Just Brent offer help on smaller YouTube channels. There we go. Start off, brother.
Yeah, start off. So I personally actually do. I don't ask for money. I'm not an individual that has a organization where I'm helping smaller channels. But every single time someone reaches out to me as a content creator and wants some input on how to get where I am or what are some key talking points and elements to where I am now, I'm always that individual that replies to that person, because I know I reached out to people when I was a small channel and realized that I wouldn't be where I am today without the help of other larger channels. And I want to pay that forward. So if there are any individuals that want to reach out, please do so. DM me on Instagram and so forth, or find my email. I'm sure I'll do some nice input for any individual that's trying to start their content creation.
Pretty cool stuff. What events will you guys be attending? Would love to meet up for a drink.
We just talked about it.
Yeah, we've both been attending a lot of trades conferences this year.
Yep.
I was at KBiz, AHR, WET, Flow. I started to go down to Plumbers Hacks in Florida, but I couldn't ever find any legit information about if it was really happening or not.
Yeah, I've been to IBS, KBiz, National Hardware Show.
Okay, that's all one show. Come on.
JLC Live.
There you go.
Workbench Con. I also did Hardware Huddle. It was there physically, but I have been posting about it. And I'll also be going to SEMA and a few other this year.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check out SEMA because I've never gone to that one. I know a ton of people that have. But yeah, that would be a good one to go to.
Especially since I'm a huge muscle car fan, so I've never been either. However, now that I've been doing more trade shows, everyone's saying you got to go.
Yeah, I've got a friend that's a photographer there every year, so it's really pretty cool. Who drinks more Bud Light, Sparky or Turd Herders? Well, Bud Light would have to be an electrician because I don't do Budweiser products. It's just maybe it's because I'm from Texas. I don't know. We grew up on Coors Light, which I know is from Colorado. But, what about you? You drink Bud Light? You drink beer?
I'm not a big beer drinker. Yeah. I'm more hard alcohol kind of individual.
I try to eat gluten-free most of the time, and beer has gluten in it. You notice I did not eat bread last night.
That's true.
So
steak,
just steak. French fries are gluten-free. Sweet potato fries are really good, and that's what I had. So I would have to say, due to an intelligence level and it being a Budweiser product, Sparky's probably drink more Bud. Just throwing it out there. Eric G says, I'm trying to get to SEMA this year as well. Yeah, but Eric, you're trying to get people to pay you to go to SEMA. See, I'm just trying to go, And don't get me wrong, brother, I love what you do. Man, I met Eric at KBiz. God, is it been 3 years ago now? Or 4 years ago? God, it may have even been longer than that. I was there to work with the high school kids. They bring in 300 local high school kids every year.
Mm-hmm.
I had been there with American Standard when I was doing a deal with them. But I heard Eric speak on stage. I'm like, oh my God, I love this guy. He understands what he's talking about. The attitude is phenomenal. Very confident, very secure in everything he talks about. But man, he knew things. And me being a lead AP, I was intrigued. I was like, man, I like this. So it was fantastic. Hey, Randy, will you bring me a gun whenever you get a chance?
Yeah, we're
gonna shoot stuff here in a minute.
Love it.
I'm just saying.
We actually met through mutual friends this year too, and I was also on his TV show in the Pacific Northwest. So fun to not only meet someone that's in the industry, but also someone that's in my neighborhood.
Yeah, I'll give him the double barrel. I just saw a fly over here a minute ago, so I'm gonna go ahead and get cocked and ready. But I don't see the fly right now. But if he comes back, which he will, see, if he lands on you, you are in trouble because I have no mercy. If y'all have ever shot these things, these are great. He's gonna land on your gun. He's gonna say, "Shoot me now." Anyway, yeah, I want to set up a slow-mo camera and pull this out. Colton, if you can't land on my head. I want to set up the slow-mo camera, Colton, and pull these out and play one Saturday when we're out here cooking. Steven's cool, but not really for the repair mechanics, more for the go fast fun stuff. I like that. David, here's my thing. I want to go just to see it. I have become so intrigued with conferences. I want to put on a conference here in Dallas for tradespeople. And this is something that, I'm already working on because I think tradespeople, number one, need a way to unite. But it can be people just starting out in the trades that want to learn from other people. So I will have tradespeople come in and do courses, do some training. I want to have people come in that want to learn to be better and how to start their own business, how to use social media, do a lot of different things. So this is something I've been working on for a while, and when we do it, it's going to be good.
I'll be there.
It's going to be fun. It is going to be fun. Yes, indeed. All right, so Robbie Rudolph says, what do you think about HVAC? I wish we had it right now because it's a little warm here in Texas, but I'm used to it, so it really doesn't bother me. What do you think? Is this a little warm for you?
No, the humidity level really affects the temperature aspect, and I'm okay right now. We're good. We got a nice little cool breeze, kind of,
and it's not as humid here as it is in
Florida,
Houston. And I'll be in Florida all next week. I literally leave like 6 o'clock Sunday morning, head to Florida for a week. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna go work on the grill. What do you think about HVAC?
Well, let's see. We got another question over here.
Yeah, no, it's a tradesperson. For a trade, what do you think about HVAC?
Okay,
because that's the one that was up.
HVAC, that's an insanely valuable trade because I actually have a few friends. I don't personally know a ton about HVAC, but I have a few friends that are in the industry, and the amount of money that is in the HVAC system and correspondence is absolutely incredible. And anyone that I know that's in HVAC is making plenty of money, way more money than the most people that are going to college these days. So that's something to keep in mind. Brent, was there something that clicked for you when it came to YouTube? Best advice for a 5K subscriber channel like mine? With anything, it's all about consistency. And with YouTube and the content creation realm, staying consistent and continuously pursuing that was something that was extremely valuable and something that I would always recommend to any content creator, whether it's literally once a week or once a month. Making sure you're staying consistent with your audience, as well as not only consistent with your audience, but also consistent and improve upon yourself with your skill set. And that was absolutely very key with a small channel when I first started, to always produce content on a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly basis, because that will not only keep your audience entertained, but also improve your skill set at the same time.
And the 5K channel is a good sized channel.
Yeah.
If you can get to 1,000 subscribers, you can get to 100,000.
Yeah, that first 1,000, like everyone says, is the hardest to get to. And I remember it took me probably a year to get to 1,000 subscribers when I first started. And we were talking earlier, I didn't tell anyone about my channel when I first started. It really took a very long time for me to even tell anyone. I just wanted to see where it would go and make sure that I was actually this was something that I really was passionate about and wanted to pursue before I told anyone, and just kind of let it gradually grow naturally. Hey, Shelly saves the day. Hey there.
My girl.
Good to see you. She's also from the Pacific Northwest. Great to see you two together. Two of my favorite tradespeople. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yeah, we got the grill
And
master
Shelly's up in Seattle too.
Yep, she is. So there's a few of us. There's not a ton of us in the trades as far as content creators go in the Pacific Northwest that I've found, but hopefully there'll be more to come. Shelly says, you never make steaks for me. She says you never make steaks for her, Roger.
Hey, I take her out for steak every time I see her.
She says, hashtag offended. Look at those bad boys. Beautiful grill right there.
Absolutely.
So for small content creators in the DIY space, home improvement space, trade space, not only is it consistent, but also know how to repurpose your content, because that's what I've found recently that I wish I knew about ahead of time. Is if you're creating content for YouTube, and my content is very detail oriented on YouTube, you can easily transition that content into a more short form bite-knit content onto TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and that can drastically increase not only your viewership, but your subscribership as well. So make sure you're getting the most out of your content, because it's extremely valuable, especially in the trades. And you don't really think about that until you're in this realm, and all of a sudden you have a extremely large wealth of knowledge that you can pass on to individuals. So make sure you're actually repurposing your content on other platforms, because the larger your platform is on multiple, the more feasible it is to make it a full-time career. Well, any production tips to help hit once a week uploads? Production tips.
Batch shooting.
Batch shooting is definitely nice. Also, make sure you have a good quality mic. Mic is definitely key. Hence our mic troubleshooting over here. Hopefully it's cleared up. But the mic element, especially in video content, is very key. People can get through a roughly filmed video, but if you don't have good quality sound, it basically people will get out of there extremely quickly. So make sure if you are in the content creation realm and you are working at this, quality mic is very key. He's talking to someone, but the mic that I use is the Rode USB mic for all my voiceover. What mic do you use for your voiceover?
We use the Rode podcast mic.
There you go.
Same ones we used for the podcast. We use in the studio too.
There you go. Yeah, I've had great success with Rode voiceover.
You know what my thing is, for a once a week upload, you've got to get ahead. I like the idea of, that's why I said batch shooting. How many videos can you shoot in a day? To shoot like 3 or 4 to get ahead. Shelly's got a lot of stuff. You can talk to her about editing and stuff.
Right.
But you get the right people around you. I've got everybody in house right now. I've got 3 editors, 2 content creators, 3 content creators, a manager. I've got so many things going on, and I love having it in house. But it's what I talked to you about last night. I wish that I'd have looked at outsourcing from the beginning, because it's a lot to keep 8 people employed forever. So it's nice to be able to outsource some stuff. So that's what I like the idea about Shelly being in here. That's phenomenal.
Yep.
Chases music to my ears. Yes, it is.
Of course it is.
Yes, it is. If you're not connected with Shelly Saves the Day, you need to go over to her YouTube channel and subscribe. Great information. She's phenomenal. She's one of my consultants. I've actually flown her into Dallas for a week.
Really?
Yeah. I just come in, work with my team, talk to them. I love her to death. She's phenomenal. When we end up at conferences together, I always take her out to dinner. That's my way to get away and Really, I'm picking her brain. Just don't tell her.
No,
She'll charge me if she knows that.
As content creators, you realize, especially in that realm, there's so few of us that all of a sudden we get together and we really grow from each other. Just having a nice conversation between the two. The amount of money that I've made just from a simple one-on-one conversation is exponential. I mean, it has changed my entire business structure just on simple conversations that I've had at conferences or other locations.
You know, the funny thing is, and Tony, I'll get to you in a second because I disagree with you, but I'll explain why. My conversation was with Owen Video, and I talked to him because I'd seen a video he made about sponsorship and how to get brand deals. And I reached out to him. I said, look, you did this video. And he, to this day, he's like, Roger, I don't even know which video you're talking about. But he did this video, and he had a slide deck in it. And it may have been that he did it for someone else. But he did this video, and I saw him, and he's talking about how he gets sponsors and a media kit and lay it out like this. If you want to make this much money, do this and do this and do this and do this. I mean, I'm going through it, and I'm taking notes, and I'm like pausing it and backing up and taking notes. And then when I ran into him the first time after I signed my first brand deal, I told him, I said, you know, your video, and we're still negotiating, I guess, because I was thinking it was going to be a little bit higher than it was. I told him, I said, your video made me about 600 grand. He's like, wait, what? And I said, yeah. We started talking about it. He's like, dude, no way. I'm like, absolutely. So we did. We started talking about it, and I was telling him, look, I love what you do. And I tell everybody about him because I think it's such a good deal that we do. And he's in Dallas. I'm going to text him later and see if we can go to dinner. Wasn't planning on it, but I found out he's in Dallas late last night. It's like, dude, I could have grabbed him, taken him to dinner with us. It would have been great. So Tony Moore says, social media also closes many businesses. And here's where I disagree with that, Tony. I think if you use social media right, it helps your business, no matter what business you're in. Because what I do, when I first started my YouTube channel, it was teaching people how to fix their own plumbing. That was it. Now think about it. I'm a plumber, and I'm teaching you to fix your own plumbing. Does that seem good for me business-wise? And most people will say, Roger, you were stupid. And I had a lot of people tell me I was stupid. I had a lot of plumbers mad, like Tony, saying, you're taking money out of our pocket. Why? Because I'm teaching them how to change a flapper. I'm teaching them how to change a fill valve. What I think I'm doing is I'm educating them. Now, when you come in, they're smarter. Talk to them about a flapper, a fill valve, and they think, look, I can't do that. But then it helps me with the bigger projects. A water heater. If they've got a ruptured water heater, they're not going to fix that themselves, most people. But Tony, here's the deal. If you've taught them how to change a flapper, and you've taught them how to change a fill valve, and you've taught them how to unjam their garbage disposal, guess who they're going to call if they're in your area? You're their go-to guy. You've already taught them how to save all this money and fix their own plumbing. And that's the way I look at it. So, Tony, if you think something different, put it in there. What do you think? Do you think social media really closes any businesses?
No, sir.
And explain why you think.
Yeah, exactly. If a business goes out of business, it's not because of social media, it's because of poor business practices, and they're not a quality individual that should be doing it in the first place. As we've already discussed, the trades are in mass need and mass requests. So there should be, the only way social media should affect you is in a positive way within your business. Because if you have a quality skill set, you're going to be busy no matter what, with the fact that your skill set in the trade is extremely valuable, to the point where I quit my job back in October 2019 to do not to do content creation full time, but to actually run my own business and construction site. And so I physically started building and creating and remodeling bathrooms, remodeling kitchens, building decks. And I was never not busy, even throughout COVID. Yeah, I wasn't able to get into everyone's house that I wanted to, but through that entire process, I was still extremely busy because of social media, not because I was hindered by social media. So just because we're teaching others, one of the number one comments I get on my social media platform is, thank you for showing the entire tutorial base. Now I know I need to hire this out, because they know how much effort goes into actually building a deck or actually growing grass, that they certainly don't want to do it themselves. So they're going to hire it out. And that's one of the number one comments I get on my platform is, thank you for showing it. I'm going to hire out. Now I know I need to hire it out. And I don't know if you get that, but I certainly do on my platform.
And I get that. I get two different things similar to that. I get that, but it's also now I know what to tell the plumber.
Yep.
Or now I know if the plumber's BSing me.
Yeah, or if he's doing it right.
Yeah. And I think that is huge. So Tony, if you think we're wrong, or you think, I'll tell you a way social media will close businesses. If I do something wrong and somebody comes in and says, hey, Roger, your guys came out and they messed up my project, and I bash you, man, social media is not good that way. And I've seen so many businesses come in and tell homeowners, you were hard to work with, you were impossible, you're stupid, you don't know what you're talking about. And everybody else who reads that or sees that from then on is like, why would I want to call this company? So Tony, in that way, yeah, they can shut a company down really quick. Social media lets you hear from your customers. They're going to tell you exactly. That's what my sponsors love. Like Roger, when we make a video with you, we go through the comments and understand that is our customer speaking directly to us. That is huge. Architectural Sheet Metal 101 says, a lot of new businesses generate leads directly from social media. I was one. If anything, social media helps grow unestablished businesses. I like that. It helped me grow a lot.
Social media helps grow an established business. Yep. I mean, just like we talked about before, the landscaper that's literally just helping others around his neighborhood. The fact that he was probably a normal landscape business that just did landscaping and grass maintenance. All of a sudden, he decides, hey, I want to help out that individual that is not paying for it, but has an absurdly overgrown lawn. And the fact that he goes in there for free and fixes it up and then gains millions and millions of views and millions of followers, that is exponential growth for his business. And most likely, he's more focused on actually finding those rough, run-down houses nowadays than actually trying to run his own landscaping business, because it's so much more profitable to find and showcase these transformations.
You're good.
Yeah.
Let me give you another question.
Yeah, another question. Henry says, what are some of the coolest things that you two have built, not necessarily trade related? Ooh, that's a good question. So early on in my content creation realm, I wanted to be a woodworker and a creative endeavor individual, because I do have an artistic background. Ooh, those look good. And one of the very first large-scale woodworking projects was a dining room table, because at that time, my fiance asked, hey, can we build a dining room table, because we don't have a nice one and I want a nice one. And I was like, you know what? I don't do a ton of, but I want to try this out and see if I can actually make a beautiful black American walnut dining room table. And I didn't have a ton of experience, but decided, hey, let's try this out and see what happens. I absolutely made an absolutely gorgeous black American walnut dining room table with steel legs. And to this day, I'm so proud because it's still there. My two very young children are now sitting right at that table, and we have these most amazing memories at the dining room table that I personally physically built. And that gives me not only such great pride that I was able to build it and make it beautiful and structurally sound, but it also provides an area where our memories can be made as a family. And that there's no value that I can set to that. And the ability to be able to work with my hands and physically build this absolutely gorgeous dining room table And not only the fact that I have these memories and these beautiful moments and I'm able to build it, but that video now has millions and millions of views. So that is just another beautiful caveat to that.
You know, when talking about stuff that I built, like this shop.
Yep, we were talking about earlier.
This, I mean, I built every bit of this. And I'm actually, the land that I just bought, I'm looking at how to rebuild this out there and still have the outdoor area to cook. So I'm looking at a barn and converting it, building some AC in it so I can have my studio, my office to do the stuff we did this morning, but also build this where I've got an outdoor area that we can walk out and cook in. So a lot of different things, and it's going to change a little bit. It's not going to be exactly like this. I was originally looking at it like, okay, how do I build this exactly the way it is? Like, no, I'm going to build it different. So, cool stuff.
I love it.
All right. David Kennard says you have built a piece of furniture that is unique and won't be thrown out.
Yep.
Isn't that the truth?
It's something that not only will it not be thrown out, but it can last generations. So I could envision this dining room table literally be passed down to my grandchildren.
You bet.
And then feeding and eating at that dining room table. There's so much pride behind that, and it's truly incredible.
You're trying to get a view here?
Oh, yeah, of course.
So, yeah. We got the sausages over here. We got cowboy burgers. We got all kinds of cool stuff over here. And we've got, like, I don't know what kind of cheese he gave us today. Probably spicy. That's a good thing. You like spicy?
Of course.
Good. David Kennard says, Roger, great channel. I've seen your videos after buying a home. And as a mechanic, I've always talked about how important it is to stand out as not just another grease monkey. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. How do you separate yourself from everybody else? And yeah, I'm sweating. I'm out over the grill, and there's not as much air moving in here as you said.
Yeah, I know.
But it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I can put to the point of the aspect of always continuously building upon yourself, as we discussed earlier. And you're not just a grease monkey, and you're not just that next individual. Take pride in what you do. And even if you're in a rough situation, which we've also discussed recently, you know, I've been in industries where I have not felt fulfilled. I have not felt like I've been taken advantage of. And always being that individual that is continuously learning and building upon yourself, years down the road, those small little increments make huge dividends. Because the one question, again, that I get asked all the time is, how do you know how to do everything? It's because I continuously build upon my skill set. And years down the road, I personally know how to do quite a lot of things. And if I don't know how to do something, I'm willing to learn it.
Randy Colton, why don't y'all go ahead and come out? Bring Jacqueline out.
Guns out.
And then one fly down. Got a few more to go.
Oh.
Yeah, you got safety. There's safety switches. Man, come on. This takes us. You got to have your safety, and you got to pull it hard to get both of them to fire.
Okay.
There you go.
We got it.
All right. Did you get any more ice? Do you want any more ice?
Sure.
Good. Or
I'll get a little ice.
There's some ice in here.
There we go.
But get what you want there. Randy Colton, if y'all want to come out and pass out hamburger buns and stuff like that, I've got extra plates right here. You got a fly over there cruising around, waiting on you.
Over here.
Oh, no, you got to defend that side of the table. I'll defend this side.
Stay away from our buns.
I know. Well, the buns are over there. Randy's got them locked up good. But I'll give you a fork here.
Thanks, sir.
I thought they brought the knives out. Maybe they didn't.
You got any other questions?
Oh, I'm sure we do. Architectural Sheet Metal says, do you think a metal roofing channel can grow to 500K subs? Absolutely. Number one, as metal roofing, I think you're separate from or different from every other channel out there. Most roofing channels, and I'm going to have Dmitry Lipinski come in from Roofing Insights, a great guy, a good friend of mine. And he's going to come in, but he's about being different. As you see, we're getting seriously attacked by the flies today.
That's how you know how good it smells over here.
I know. Well, when we got in, man, the flies popped up. You have some knives too? Is there some in there? Where have I got to check? Did you hide them under stuff? I mean, I'm like, yeah, I see you over with your
Like
bag now.
things like logos.
Yeah, 2 forks were here.
Okay. Oh, excuse me.
Roger, I collect things like nameplates, logos, emblems off old HVAC units, boilers, water heaters, etc. that I plan on making some display of eventually. Do you have anything you collect from the trade? You know, I don't, and it's funny because you would think that I do, or think that I would. I know tradespeople that literally, when we were demoing big buildings, because I've demoed some really old buildings, they'd come in and plot all these little pieces, and I should have done that. I didn't. I wish I did. I've got a friend that owns a plumbing company. He's got tank lids. And I mean, there's not many tank lids that you can't call him and say, hey, you got an old tank lid for this? That he'd like, yeah, I got one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm going to grab a piece of sausage.
Oh,
and a patty. Yeah, I don't do that.
Oh, Hawaiian, of course.
Wait, you brought gluten-free buns?
I did today.
Look at him.
I was born in Hawaii. I was born in Hawaii, so I do have to go for the bun.
There you go. Nightbot says, want some merch that you will actually wear and look good in? Check it out. RogerWakefield.myspreadshop.com. We do have some merch. It was cool because I put on a T-shirt the other day. I went and gave blood, so I mean, I've got the little bruise here to prove it. And literally, I'm wearing a trade shirt that said "Tradesman Built America," and the young lady took my blood. She looked at it. She said, "I like that. That is really cool." Is that me?
No, sir.
Oh, this is me.
Do you want to do it?
Well, yeah. If you got one.
Pick one.
Oh, they're both good.
Yes.
So, see, I normally don't get treated this well, but we have a special guest in the house. See, Colton brought his wife in today.
That's right.
Which is really cool. All right, what's that one say?
What should I do at 17 if I want to get into a trades career without a job right now? That's a good question right there.
Start learning everything you can. We've made a lot of videos teaching the questions to ask. You've got to remember, when you go on a job interview, that person is looking. It's not just, hey, I've got an interview. If I like you, I might hire you. Although if you're phenomenal, they may make room for you. Those of y'all that don't know Squirt, say hello.
How y'all doing?
I like that. How y'all doing? Microphone's over here.
Fixing plates.
I know. Just want to make sure you're good to go. So say, we got other knives and forks we can grab stuff with. Looky there. If you want to take one of those knives into them, you can.
Sure.
Perfect. So you can go ahead and jump into the burger. I'll start with this one here. So what should you do at 17 if you want to get into a trading career without a job right now? Start watching channels like mine. Start watching channels where you can learn what people are looking for, what kind of trade you want to get into, what part of the trade. It's not you're just getting into plumbing, or you're getting into commercial, residential, service, new construction, union, non-union. You need to know things like this because it's going to help you make a better decision along the way.
Yeah, and as we discussed, the fact that you are interested in even asking this point and this question at 17 puts you far ahead of so many individuals because of where you stand and knowing that if you continuously learn and build upon yourself, you will be so far past the vast majority of all of us in the trade.
And not just that, at 17, he's on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Look at plumbing. You're already doing good. So that is fantastic. Yeah. Juan, very good.
Love it.
Okay, Colton's eating now, so he's not changing questions. There we go. Worker to the Bone says, Juan, here in Oregon, if you're trying to join the apprenticeship program, you'll need any work experience plus construction experience. Says you'll need it. Do you mean you will need it or you won't? Because down here you don't. plus construction experience. CPR, first aid training in any trade or construction class. So some classes, yeah, that can help you out. So that does make sense. Everybody would like you to have some. Now, if you join the union here in the Dallas area, they're going to put you through these classes. You're going to go to school for 5 years. You're going to take OSHA, an OSHA 10, maybe even an OSHA 30. So there's a lot of stuff here. Now, I love this. Working the Bone says,
Yep.
Some high schools offer a trades program that you can earn credits towards a trade certificate. Well, it'll help you get higher on the hiring list. Here's the thing here in Texas, they just started a deal a couple of years ago, or no, last year, the year we just finished. Let me get that. What year is this? They just started a deal. When you get in high school, if you so choose, your sophomore, junior, and senior year, you can take plumbing. If your school has everything set up through the TEA and the Texas State Board, and in a 3-year program, you can graduate high school and have all the hours you need to take your tradesman exam. That in Texas right now is a $52,000 a year job. Not bad starting out the day you walk out of high school.
Yeah.
Y'all got anything like that up north?
Not that I know of, but in all honesty, recently I actually walked through my parents' garage, and in there I found this old toolbox that I built out of sheet metal and bending sheet metal, and it reminded me how many classes I took in college, whether it was automotive, sheet metal work, woodworking, and I don't know if many schools have that these days, but it was so valuable for me at that point because I loved actually physically working on all those items. And oh, almost got that. Oh, nailed that one. That was a good one right there.
I'm good at this. I'm good at this.
That was a good one right there.
Come on, flies, meet your match.
Yeah. And I'll never regret going to college because
welcome to Texas, baby. He may never come back. He's going, them guys are freaking crazy.
No, we just gotta get the 50 cal out of here eventually.
I know. I showed him my 50 cal. He's like, wait, that's a 50 cal? I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll never regret going to college and actually having that degree because I did learn things from college, but I also took an extremely valuable friendship opportunity where the people that I met there are some of my best friends that I personally would have never met if I never went to college, and gave me a nice background in another side of construction. If I was really focused at that point on my career, it would have been much more helpful to go into a trade school at that point because you get to learn so much more at such a young age, and I didn't really grasp that until I bought my house.
You know what's really neat, and you talk about the friendships you've made in college. I made those friendships in high school. The guy who got me into plumbing, high school. We're still great friends today. So many of my friends, but I didn't go to college. But then again, I still live close to the town I grew up in. I called one of my best friends just the other day. I've got 3 or 4 friends that I've stayed in touch with for, God, I graduated 40 years ago, 41 years ago. And we've been friends that long. And it's really neat because even as adults, we still call each other and stay in contact. It's like, hey, man, how's everything going? What's happening? Yada, yada, yada. And it's really, really cool. So it's a lot of fun. Did you get him?
I think so.
I'm 3 for 3. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. If you want to look into an after-school program, also, community college have lots of hands-on courses to get you going. Yep, very true. Whether it's in the trades, automotive, and there's plenty of amazing. I don't community colleges.
I don't know if they've seen the video that I did, but Collin College here in Tarrant County, or Collin County, I guess that makes sense, has an amazing training center for plumbing, electrical, HVAC, welding, got nursing, automotive mechanic, automotive paint and body. It is one of the coolest campuses I've ever seen. And look, I want to say thanks again to Ferguson. As you see, today's Sippin' Saturday is sponsored by Ferguson. We teamed up with Ferguson because of everything that they do for plumbers and the communities that we're in. They help us do what we do. So if you have not checked out Ferguson's Facebook group, go check it out. And if you want to see what all they've got, go over to ferguson.com. If you talk to anybody there, tell them I sent you.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Hunting.
Kenneth Butler says, is it better to go to trade school or join a union?
That's a question for you.
You know, it depends on what all you want to do. If you want to be a commercial plumber the rest of your life, joining the union is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. They've got great education, and they're going to have a lot of work. Everything I've said today, though, goes for union or non-union. Be the best you can be, and they're going to keep you around. The people in the union that say, hey, I don't like the union because you get laid off a lot, there's not a lot of work, yada, yada. Those aren't the best people in the union. I don't mean that bad. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, but if you're the best person on the job, you're not getting laid off. No matter what job, what kind of career, what it is. They want to keep you around forever. Does that make sense?
Oh, completely. I remember I actually worked up in a cannery one year up in Alaska and literally grading and filleting fish for 100-hour weeks. And I remember at a certain point within the season, they let go of half the people, at least half the people, and all of a sudden like have a skeleton crew there. And I thought I was gonna, be let go of this. But he was like, no, like you're the one person that I need. Like that was my superior talking to me individually, saying, you are that one individual that I need no matter what. So please make sure you stay here as long as you can.
And guys, any one of y'all can be that person. Mm-hmm. When you're on a job, what they're looking at, and when you're going through an interview, here's what they're looking for. They're looking for that one person that will go above and beyond. They're looking for that one person that is like, look, I want to be the best. I want to learn all I can. I want to make you look good. They're not looking for that guy, hey, man, look, I'm just here for a check. Let me show up. You give me a check once a week, I'll be here every day. That's not what they're looking for. They want people that are going to come in and contribute, be part of the team. That's what it's all about. And when you can let them know that's the kind of person that you are. Oh, I missed that one. Man.
How'd you get away from
now
you?
4 out of 5, I know. All right. Come back around, buddy. One of us is going to get you out. But when you can let them know that's the kind of person you are, you're going to get that job.
Fun fact. The flushing toilet was invented by John Harrington in 1596.
Now, we made a fun video yesterday about all kinds of fun plumbing stuff. Now I'm 5 out of 6. I got him. I almost called him Mulligan just so I didn't have to count the missed. I love Ferguson's Consolidate and Keller ain't got nothing. Oh, on Ferguson. So I don't even know what Consolidate and Keller are. We don't have them down here. There's a lot of plumbing supplies down here, but I got to tell you, look, I love Ferguson. I've used Ferguson on some of the biggest commercial jobs I've been on. I've used them as my residential company because they did what we asked them to do. They would check prices regularly. They would get us what we need. They would get it delivered, and it does. It makes all the difference in the world. So, guys, that is going to be my last question of the day. If you have not done it yet, go over to BYOT. Make sure you subscribe. I want to say a special thanks to Brent for coming in. It's been fun today. It was fun last night. We went out to dinner, so see when y'all come into town, we go out to dinner, we do stuff. It's pretty cool. So what I want to do is just say thanks. Those of y'all that are still in here, you know the routine. We're fixing to stop and eat for a little bit. You're welcome to hang around. But guys, this has been fun. Check out BYOT on all those platforms and subscribe. Next week, we've got Sean Strong. And again, this video was by Ferguson. We teamed up with Ferguson because of everything they do for plumbers, plumbing companies, the trades, and the cities that we're in. Thank y'all for being here on Sippin' Saturday. I appreciate it. We will see y'all next week.